This is Cadillac Unscripted on 107.9 CDY. We do this every Saturday morning, and hard to believe, Katie Huckle, but it's been almost 4.5 years.
Oh, I can't believe it.
Cadillac Unscripted. And over the years, we've talked to everyone who is anyone in the community of Cadillac and even outside the community of Cadillac. And one of the biggest movers and shakers that we have ever talked to on this program is back this morning. Mary Galvanek is here to talk about the farmers market, which is coming. Actually, on the day that you're hearing this is the day after opening day, May 17th. Am I correct?
That's right.
All right.
Welcome, Mary.
Thanks.
Well, let's tell us what's new with the farmers market this year. We know you've always got something cooking.
Yes.
Or I should say growing.
Growing,
Right.
cooking, every kind of thing is happening this year. We have the amazing market that you remember last year, and we are adding a couple of new things, including community events.
Ooh.
So all of your amazing vendors from Basho Bean Farm and So Bountifully Farm, Forest and Farm, you're going to have a ton of farms, Grand Rapids Cheese People, we'll have kettle corn and cotton candy, and of course tons of cupcakes, Cornerstone Coffee Truck, Chico's Taco Truck. Every Friday we'll add an additional truck in the summertime, so you'll have a little bit to choose from because it gets so busy for Chico's on Fridays.
An additional, so you're going to have 3 trucks on Fridays.
Yeah, we'll have, a couple and a cupcake truck.
Okay.
And then we've got all our kettle corn and cotton candy trailer that will be coming in. So there will be kind of a little food court going on for you.
That's really, really cool. And it sounds to me like people have, people always want to join something that's a happening thing. And it sounds to me like your efforts over the past few years are bearing fruit.
It's called momentum.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been really nice. That first year, I think I spent a couple hours a day cold calling people for months, trying to convince them to come to market. And this year, I haven't had to do that at all. So that is really a gift of my time back to me, which I like to put straight into the gardens. But,
sure.
Yeah. And so not only are we going to have our children's activities brought to you by 4-H and Jam and Bread and Forest and Farm every single Friday.
Let's stop for just a moment and thank Kate King and Marla Courtney for all of what they do in the community.
Amazing
They are
ladies.
amazing.
They are.
And I mean, there's hundreds of children's that they get to bring joy to down at the market every Friday with all of their talents. So we really do thank them. I think Jam and Bread is going to jam with us.
Okay.
So yeah,
there's going to be some music.
Excited. Yeah.
Okay. I think about grandparents having their grandchildren come up to Cadillac or come down to Cadillac for, camp or a weekend with Grandma and Grandpa or time on the water or time at the Carl T. Johnson Fishing Center and Hunting Center. And then I think about you guys are like Disney World for those kids. You're such an amazing addition. Our farmers market has always been a wonderful place to be, but this is a whole new level. And before I took my kids to the farmers market, and they would be like flowers and tomatoes and cucumbers, and that was years and years ago. And now I look at it as a place where families can go and everybody's got something to do. So I'm talking to Grandma and Grandpa out there. You want your grandkids to be off of their phones and you want them to be engaged. Bring them to this market.
Yeah, you definitely have a lot to do, a lot to see, a lot to try, and there's something for all ages. We'll be adding monthly events this year as well. We have May 17th, our opening day, and then in June 18th is going to be a bike rodeo for the kids. So we have Munson bringing a bunch of bike helmets for the kids. We have the Chunky Bear Coffee Roasters, and I just talked to Coach Joe down at Walmart. We've got the firefighters and the police coming down to help the kids through the bike rodeo course, and just tons of giveaways for summer fun, life jackets. A lot of community outreach programs are coming to educate the community on their summer programs, and it's going to be a really great thing on June 18th. Of course, we've got the Freedom Festival in July that we are partnering with, and that is a very exciting festival, and we just get to be there on that Friday soaking up all their awesomeness and taking part in that. We're going to go red, white, and blue big time at the market. We have hundreds of flags to hand out to the community. And in August, we're going to do Touch a Truck.
Oh.
So all of the trucks that the children dream of and watch videos of and play with little toys of, they get to see in person and really get to push those buttons and crawl inside and see how they work down at the market. And so we've had a lot of amazing collaborations for that event as well. September is going to be your Harvest Festival, and we really hope Mother Nature allows us to go all the way to October, because then we will have a Halloween celebration as well.
Incredible. Can we go back to the bike rodeo? This is something I've never heard of before. So can you tell our listeners, what is a bike rodeo?
So a bike rodeo is an obstacle course, really, that the kids get to come down and learn about safety and go through this obstacle course on their bike or their scooter. And that is a ton of fun for them. It's something fun to do at market. But really, we have tied into this, and I think a lot of other cities do that, where there's a bunch of giveaways for children's safety. They get to have one-on-one time with first responders, creating that sense of safety and unity in the community, especially with children to those first responders. That's really important. And it's a place for, food assistance programs, dance company, children's camps, and anyone who's doing anything this summer with our community to come down and educate on that as well.
Okay.
So it kind of kicks off the summer.
Right. And you bring up an important point about children and first responders. We want the kids to feel safe, when a first responder responds. And we want them to know, okay, you're good. We're in charge. We got you.
Yes, and we want them to have the bike helmets that they need.
Right.
Or if they're rollerblading, we need those, knee pads. And we want them to have the life jackets for the summer and things like that, too. So it's safety all around.
Right. Okay.
Give me an example of a new collaboration this summer that you're particularly excited about.
Well, I am really excited that Chunky Bear Coffee Roasters is our official coffee roaster of the market. So not only is Cornerstone Coffee going to offer them, Chico's is going to be having some drip coffee for us, even when Cornerstone isn't there. And that is really cool. And they're going to be sponsoring some bikes for the kids. Munson has reached out to us and has become a sponsor. Alro Steel is becoming a sponsor. So the market has grown so large that we cannot support the amount of giveaways that need to happen to the hundreds of people that come. So this year we've really went into collaborations, sponsorships, and partnerships, and we have been feeling the love from the community as everybody has really stepped up to help out.
The Commons is a really wonderful place for that to happen, but is there any concern on your part that you might outgrow that space and have to go somewhere else?
Well, I'm not even utilizing the city park yet.
Okay.
So we have some space to grow.
Okay. It's called overflow. Let's hear from Mom for a minute about that. She's smiling and laughing. What are you most excited about when you hear about everything that your daughter is doing?
Mary is an amazing person for organizing and bringing everything together, and it is really starting to happen. It's very exciting, very, very fun.
Well, you watched her build it.
I did. And
they're building it with me.
I was going to say, I want to hear a little bit. When we came into the studio, you're like, well, she's the front man here.
Yes.
What's your role in this?
I'm behind the scenes. I prefer to just be the person that helps take care of what's already planned. Of course, I do voice my opinion every now and then, and but they do a great job. Mary and Emily, they're together every day. I'm 12 miles away, so they do a great job planning, and we get together, and so I pretty much know what's going on, but they plan it and I help carry it out.
I hear the voice of wisdom here.
All right, bookkeeping is a big deal, and nobody likes doing that, so Mom definitely does that for us.
She's the number cruncher.
Yes.
Excellent.
No, Mary, we can't afford that.
Well, now we've got sponsors.
Yeah, right.
Now we can afford that.
I mean, putting the brakes on her is not an easy task.
It's just, no, it's not.
So
she finds a way to make it happen.
I've learned this.
Yes,
amazing.
Mary, when the market ends in October, you probably take a week or two to just kind of breathe and recover, do you sit down and say what worked, what didn't work, what can we change next year? How do you recap a year? at market.
We definitely do that. We're always looking at ways to improve. We're not just thinking about that when the market ends. We're thinking about that year round. And we are collaborating with market managers from other cities. We've joined MIFMA, the Farmers Market Association, MAFA, the Michigan Organic Food and Farming Alliance. And we're really going to conferences and learning from educators who have just been doing this longer than we have.
When you first started the farmers market, did you know there were organizations like this? Because I wasn't aware of those organizations.
I really have learned a lot. I had never received or written a grant. I had never had a Sigma account or VSS number for federal funding programs. I had not sat on the board of, statewide organizations. And so definitely there's a lot of doors opening for us, and then in turn the entire Cadillac community as we grow bigger and start understanding everything at a state level.
And Tuesday and Friday in Cadillac, correct?
Yes, the market will open on May 17th, and we will operate every Tuesday and Friday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. all the way until Halloween.
And this is a good opportunity to let the community know that you're going to another town, too.
Yeah, we are so lucky to be opening up our second market in Reed City. So that's going to be Wednesday nights from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. starting on June 5th.
Okay.
And so that is an evening market for anybody who can't make it down to the Tuesday and Friday during the day markets. It's only, I think, about a 20-minute drive at the depot, downtown Reed City. And that community is showing off. They are just coming out in numbers. So you're going to have 30 plus vendors over there on the first year, which is very impressive.
Yep.
And they're rolling in still, so that number could be even more. We do have a children's program there sponsored by the Great Start Collaborative, and that is going to happen from 4:30 to 5:30, teaching children about agriculture. From 6 to 8, there's going to be some whole family entertainment, from live music to yoga class that you can take part in, or some sound healing, drumming happening down there as well, and a variety of different things. So we'll have a big 4th of July celebration there. We're very excited. We've received sponsorships from Corewell Health, and Rich Saladin, the city manager, has been our right-hand man in making all of this happen so quickly. He's been clutch. I really thank him a lot. So yeah, that's kicking off this year as well.
Did Reed City have a farmer's market before this, or is this their first foray into this?
They have had a small one that was hard. I think it was on Sunday, and it was competing with church hours. So it was just hard to get it to go. And the community kind of came together and really chose that Wednesday night time slot. So, yeah.
That works. But now you're even busier.
Yes, but we also have the biggest and best, most amazing team that we have ever had, ever. And so that is how we're going to be able to make all of it happen. It's how we're doing it now. And everyone has just been with us for many years, and they're just amazing. So the work is getting done, and it's also really fun. So that's, we're lucky.
They're all smiling, so you can tell. We talked to you a couple months ago, Mary, about something that just really touched, and it was your basket program to folks that are housebound with fresh produce. How is that program coming along?
Yeah, that is Farm to Home.
Okay.
And Farm to Home is going to be a vegetable basket delivery system, utilizing the produce right at our market and sending it to your doorstep in a cutesy little half-bushel basket, fabric lined, with a little cold pack in the bottom to keep it fresh. And when you get home from work, you'll have this big basket of produce waiting for you to eat healthy and fresh and local throughout the week. We will be accepting EBT, Senior Fresh, and Project Fresh to fund that program for you. And we, of course, will also take cash, check, Venmo, credit card, really any form of payment. So this makes it accessible to anyone, and making a huge difference for people with mobility issues or transportation issues, anyone with food insecurities of having that fresh food in their house weekly. That's really where we want to start. So we have a lot of interest in that program. We are letting the farmers farmers grow some food first before we
Right.
start
Give 'em a
knocking
minute,
on their door.
right?
Yeah. So that's where that program is at right now, is that everyone's planting their seeds. But this summer we definitely will have a strong team of people that will be able to reach the Tustin, Reed City, Chase, Boone, Lake City, McBain, Marion areas. And so that's where everybody goes home when we're done working. And I think that anyone in those areas who's looking for a fresh food delivery that's locally based, local farms, definitely reach out to us at 231-920-2971. And that's the same number you can call to be a vendor to our markets. If you've got any questions, that's my phone number. I'm in my back pocket with my community all the time. So, yeah, we'd love to help everybody eat local this year.
Incredible.
Yeah, good stuff.
I want to ask a personal question of both of you. This whole connection with children in dirt and gardening and the forest, did that start, let's ask you, Mom, did that start with her when she was little?
Oh, absolutely. However, she wasn't always so anxious when she was younger to come out to the garden and help pull weeds.
Okay.
I'm still not.
But yes, I've gardened. Well, my mom gardened when I was a kid.
Okay.
So, and I've gardened my entire life. So, yeah, it's just a way of life.
It's in her blood.
It's in her blood.
I've had your pickles and I ate them in 24 hours. I told her I had no self-restraint with those pickles, Rich. They were some of the best I've ever eaten.
Well, she brought you a few more things today. I don't know what it is.
Oh boy, I'm getting the chills. Okay, and anything that she makes is great. But I was just wondering, because you're so passionate about it, Mary, and it comes from her toes.
Yeah, it does. Yep.
Well, now we get it.
Yeah, absolutely. The food that we grow and that is available at the farmer's market is so much better for you than what you can buy at a grocery store that's been treated so that it will be shelf stable. It's just unbelievable what they do to produce now, and fruit and produce nowadays, to keep it from rotting.
And see, that people don't know about that. See?
I know.
So this is why we need you ladies,
Yes.
your whole team. We really do in the community, because we need to get educated. I mean, we know our beloved farmers are important. They're in the field. They're busy. So, to have you guys be the spokesperson for the farmers is really something. Plus this connection to children. It's huge.
It is.
In a fast food generation. See?
Well, I had a little girl years ago at my house, and I was planting garden, and she wanted to help. And so we're putting corn in the ground. Mm-hmm. And she said, "What is this? Looks like corn." And I said, "You put that in the ground and it's going to grow a corn stalk with corn on it." She had no idea. Mm-hmm. No idea how food's grown.
Oh, that's a lot. A lot of people are that way.
So we know it's all grown 100% natural. I can't say it's not certified organic, but it's organic. It's amazing.
Well, this
Mom
this
has
explains
an
where they're-
awesome garden.
Oh, I'll bet. Oh boy! Oh, now we're gonna find out. This is better than the
we
Easter
have
basket.
we have a big reveal. We need a webcam.
It's
in
better
here.
than Easter.
Oh, I think that's borscht.
Okay, so it's a Russian cold soup.
Well, you can eat it cold or warm. But it's made with beets from the market. I didn't grow them.
Wow.
Cabbage from the market, carrots from the market, grass-fed beef that I buy locally. Everything is local, 100% local in this jar.
And it is ruby red in color. It's absolutely
and it
beautiful.
Has just enough red wine in it to make it taste so good.
Okay,
You guys can fight over it.
I was
You
just
only
going to
get
say, I'm having a dinner party. Can I have it? You can have the next fancy thing.
Okay. I'll agree to that.
Okay, fine.
Oh, here we have vegetable turkey. Mary grew the turkey, and all the vegetables are local.
This is
A lot of the things that we try to find a way that every single ingredient that we put in there either comes from our farm. It's kind of dorky, but we really go really far to make sure, or from Mom's farm, or from the farmer's market. So anything that goes in any of our ball jars as we're canning for the season is a super duper duper local thing.
Oh
And
my gosh.
we save all of our bones and make our own bone broth. And that's also what's in here. Yeah. And I brought you just a little bit to taste.
Oh my gosh.
So you can
Rich,
see
there's
Mom
your lunch.
is really big into the education.
Yesterday I made 30 some quarts of a variety of bone broths, but you'll have to just open it and drink it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am training for a race, so can I have the chicken broth, please?
You can have the chicken broth.
Oh boy.
my
Good
gosh.
look coming next.
Pick A or B.
Okay.
Well, are you allowing me to choose?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh, this is like match game, A or B. I'll take B, Gene.
Okay. Homegrown blackberry jam.
Whoa.
Are you regretting
jackpot.
this now?
Yes.
Oh, well, let's find out what the other one is.
Ooh, well, cherries are my favorite. So this looks like ice cream topping, not even jam. It looks
Sometimes
so beautiful.
Yogurt topping.
Ooh.
Yep.
So my son Nathan absolutely loves peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and to me that's comfort food.
Oh, for sure.
PB&J is comfort food because it reminds me of my childhood.
Oh, yeah.
So Nathan is going to be having blackberry jam PB&Js here.
So
coming up. Thank you.
Jean and Mary is people who have raised lots of kids, and
Well,
Mary's busy raising lots of
It's
kids.
it's Sherry actually. I said Jean because I was referring to Jean Rayburn on
okay.
Match Game.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Sherry. Very funny. Sherry and Mary.
Yes.
This is a true story about my childhood. In the summers, all my cousins, there are 18 cousins, and my mom and dad lived on the Canadian Boundary Waters in a cabin that they built themselves. So year one, we had an outhouse.
Okay.
If you can imagine, yeah.
Yep.
And so my mother would make big pots of goulash because she would have cousins for like a week, and you're feeding all these kids, and it's very expensive, right?
Yeah.
So she would make her dinner, and like I said, mac and cheese, your goulashes, your spaghetti. But if one of the kids didn't like it, guess what they got to make for themselves? PB&J. Absolutely. And they still are a treat, but the cousins would learn, like, this is the dinner that's been prepared for you, and if you don't like it, there you go.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
It's a good way to do it.
That was nice to have a second option. A lot of people's stories is like, eat it or don't eat it.
Absolutely right. You know what? When my mom put something in front of me and I didn't like it, it was like, you're going to have this or you're just not going to have anything. So,
Oh, okay. So Grandma Susie wasn't that much of a curmudgeon then.
yeah, no.
That was a nice grandma.
As a mother, I was eat it. As a grandmother, I'm now like, well, if that's not what you like, you know what's in the kitchen. I'm not fixing it. You go fix it.
Okay.
And so
that's
it's
a
either
good thing.
PB&J or yogurt, or we have one daughter or one granddaughter that doesn't eat meat except for bacon.
Oh, no, that's
And
hysterical.
so it's like, I know.
What?
That isn't. Bacon's
She's smart.
Yeah, she's brilliant. Yeah.
So yeah, but she loves grandma's cooking. Grandma's jellies, jams, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So,
So
yeah.
fall's I mean, I know it's a busy time because of everything that you're doing with your gardening, but then you move from your gardening to your canning.
Right.
How many hours would you say you spend canning every year?
Has anyone ever asked you that?
Never asked me that before. It's months. Months.
When does it start and when does it typically end?
I just did the bone broth yesterday.
So it's already
Let's say
begun.
it's ending around December 31st, and then it starts usually around January 1st.
She's like a professional athlete. It never ends.
This turkey soup was made January 24th, and this was made, it just says 23 on it, but this was made in the fall time when the beets were good.
Oh my.
Yeah, no, it's year round. Year round.
Okay, so when you go to your pantry
Yeah.
and you're really, really hungry,
Yep.
what's your go-to?
Lately it's collard greens.
Oh, wow. Yum.
Yep.
Okay.
Collard greens. They're my go-to. I'm trying to eat healthy.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Mary, can we talk a little bit just for a minute about your kids?
Yeah, of course. I love talking about my kids.
Yeah. They have been exposed to so much more than the average American child.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, they have been with us the whole way, so they could probably answer a few questions about grant writing and some of the different things that we've done, and they ask a lot of questions. So, yeah, they are very smart kiddos.
That's right.
And,
We've got Julian in the studio with us. I would have to say that picky eaters probably don't fly at your house. How does that go?
You know, we have a lot of picky eaters. In the school program and the summer camp program, I always have like a large variety of things, but we
Okay.
keep it very kid friendly.
Sure.
But the kid friendly is also very healthy. So the mac and cheese has butternut squash in it, and today we had chicken and rice soup, which the kids just gobbled up. But you know, it's got some vegetables from our farm and our chicken and our broth. And we use farro instead of like white rice. So it just adds a little bit more nutrition, and they just think it's chicken and white rice soup, you know? And then that's kind of how we do it there. Lots of fresh fruits and veggies, like a veggie tray and a fruit tray for every meal. So they always find something that they do like.
Are you doing for the Forest and Farm Camp again this summer, or are you too busy?
We are doing the Forest and Farm
We have
Camp
about
this summer.
5 minutes left, and I wanted you to cover that topic before we finished up here.
Yeah, we only have maybe 5 or 6 spots across all 7 weeks still available, if that. But the Forest and Farm Summer Camp starts off on June 17th, and we've got 7 select weeks this year. The kids of our program do, and my kids included, do choose the themes. So this year they've chosen...
Which one? Well, you got Julian here. Can we have him reveal which one he chose?
Oh, yeah. Which one of these did you get to help pick out, Julian?
Oh, he's got to look at the paper to remind.
I think it was the first one.
Passports to Adventure.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Passports.
Passport to Adventure is definitely one of the kids' brainchilds, and we are going to have scavenger hunts, adventures, fort building, and more. We are also going to build forest forts that week.
Forest
What's a
forts.
forest fort?
Yeah.
It's where you take all of the big sticks and different things from around the forest that you see laying on the forest floor and stack them up almost like a teepee.
Okay.
And yeah, that was one of their ideas. Is there another one you wanted to talk about, Julian?
Mud Week.
Mud
Oh,
Week.
boy.
Oh, I want to be there for this.
That is the number one kid's favorite. It's the last week of the year and they go wild. What's your favorite part of Mud Week, Julian?
When I play in the mud.
You should see the smile on this child's face. It's beautiful.
They have a mud pit.
Oh my.
Yeah, they make a mud river, and then we race boats down the mud river. But we try to teach them about soil composition and soil science. And they are just busy making mud pies and making up a mud kitchen and a mud river. So do you think you're going to win the boat race this year?
Yeah.
I think so too, Julian.
Oh my goodness. I mean, again, how do people sign up for camp? This is a great idea for kids.
Yeah, we have a Facebook, Instagram, TikTok for Forest and Farm, for Reed City Farmers Market and Cadillac Farmers Market. So you can always message us through those social media platforms, but you can always call 231-920-2971 or email us at forestandfarmllc@gmail. And so anything across any of the boards that we've been talking about, you reach out to us on any of our emails, any of our socials. We're going to get you where you need to go to sign up or get you the information that you need.
A shout out to Munson and Alro for helping kind of fund some of these things, some of these giveaways. But a question to you: if money were no object, what would you do next?
If money were no object, I think we would go ahead and we've been talking a little bit to the Wexford Farm Bureau about their goal of ending childhood hunger in Wexford County within the next 5 years. I think we'd just go ahead and do that with the Farm to Home program, and we just buy up every last little bit of every farmer's surplus that has ever been grown in any local farm and utilize it to solve that hunger that we all see here.
Right.
In our
Goosebumps.
communities.
So, towards the end of the harvest season, what is the vegetable that farmers have the most of typically that goes unsold or that grows in such bountiful numbers that there's much left over? Is it corn, cucumbers? What is it?
Well, in every place, Yeah, there's a lot of squash and pumpkins.
Okay.
And every place it's been different. You know, out in Denver, the greens sold first and they were gone and you couldn't grow enough greens. And here we're constantly trying to sell our greens, but tomatoes and cucumbers and things like that sell like hotcakes. And so, and each year is a little bit different too because they have vegetable trends. Like the
Isn't that
shishito
something?
pepper and it was kale for a while. And so you want to follow the trends too. But there's always a surplus when you are a vegetable farmer. Would love to go to market and sell out from your whole booth every week, but it doesn't happen. And there is a surplus that you can bring back to your animals, your compost pile. We are donating tons of it to food banks. We are just trying to find outlets for this surplus to go to that helps our local farms receive a few coins in their pockets.
Right.
So
Okay. Well, this is a good time to circle back and remind people days and times for the Cadillac Farmers Market as we wrap up here.
yes, our Cadillac Farmers Market will open up on May 17th, and it will operate every Tuesday and Friday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., all the way until Halloween this year. We will have several events for you. We will also be having an evening market in Reed City, which is going to open on June 5th and operate from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. All the way till Halloween as well. So we've got 3 market opportunities each week for the community.
Well, we thank you all for your enthusiasm, and it grows every year. So,
There's pun intended right there.
yes,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sherry, Mary, and Julian. Thank you for joining us this morning as well.
You're welcome.
All right. That wraps it up on Cadillac Unscripted here on 107.9 CDY, sponsored by Independent Bank. Join us next week, same time, same station, for some more local chat here on 107.9 CDY.